what's going on, guys? So, man, this morning, right? I kind of had a new perspective put on me. I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and something that we generally talk about is like goals. We talk about our goals and what we want out of life. Not necessarily to dream, but to kind of brainstorm on how we're going to get to that, right? And I don't think a lot of people do it. I really don't. I don't think a lot of people sit and figure out what they want. And that's a problem for me. It's a problem for me because, and by all means, I'm not telling you not to be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Because that's the only way you'll get more, is if you're grateful for what you already have. I'm not saying don't be grateful. What I am saying, though, is I don't think a lot of us get up in the morning and plan things out about what we want to do in life. I don't think a lot of us sit down and come up with what we want. We kind of just deal with what we have. And I mean, like I said, be grateful. Always be grateful. But you gotta know what you want. Too many people, especially in today's society, we think when we think want, we think about cars, houses, money, those things, right? When I talk about think about what you want, I'm talking the big stuff, the big stuff, the things that matter. Cars are wonderful, houses are wonderful, money's great, right? I'm talking about I want, I don't know. Here's a good example. I want to work at a job that pays me $40,000 a year, that I work 8 to 4, that none of my responsibilities or stresses from work follow me home. That's what I want. And I know you just in your minds probably were like, hey, you just contradicted yourself, right? You just said, it's not about money. It's not. That's about time. You want that 8 to 4, or you want that 9 to 5, or whatever that time looks for you, because you want to be at home. You want to be with your family. You want to have freedom. You want to have personal freedom to do and have whatever you want. And you want the decent salary. So you're not balling. It's not like, sure, all of us want to have, balling money. All of us do. All of us want to have the money to go out and blow on outlandish, dumb things just because we can. We want to be able to go on crazy vacations. We want to have, the 5-bedroom house. That's because, we have that selfishness in our hearts. It comes out. We're human. That's kind of the way that works. But I'm talking about, the actual want. If somebody said, without being crazy, what do you want? I want to be home so I can be with my kids, my wife. I want to have enough financial security that all my bills are paid and that I have some left over to do things with them, to take them out to dinner, to go to the movies, to, have a decent vacation, those things, Those are the things I'm talking about what you want. Too many of us wake up in the morning and we kind of just do it. We go through the motion. Not because we're programmed or because we can't think for ourselves or whatever. It's literally because we get into this mindset that, this is what life is. This is, I work such and such at such and such, and I make such and such, and that's not going to change. I mean, if you don't want more, you're right, it won't change. You won't go anywhere, you won't do anything. I feel like too many of us have that mindset. Like, I'm not going to get more than what I have, so I'm just going to settle. And you shouldn't settle. We got this one life, right? We got this one life to do whatever we're going to do, to be whoever we're going to be, to live however we're going to live, to venture out and explore and navigate and have fun and leave a legacy. This one opportunity. That's all we've got. And I personally refuse to sit back and let that one chance be wasted on something I don't want. I'm not going to sit back and settle into a job that I'm not okay with. I'm not going to sit back, settle into a paycheck that is not cutting it. I'm not going to sit back and just let life happen. I'm going to happen to life. And I feel like a lot of us need to hear that. My generation, we've got two ends of the scope in my generation, right? We got the do's and the don'ts. We have the people that don't do anything, and then you've got the people who do everything. And I feel like the don'ts are starting to outnumber the do's. And it's because we're letting life push us around. We're letting life dictate our actions. And I feel like because we're letting life dictate our actions, we are being forced into a bubble that at the end of the day, we're not happy about, we're not satisfied with, and we're left wanting more out of. And I feel like that's garbage. That's garbage. Go do what you want to do. Go get what you want to get. Go have what you want to have. And the only person that can do that is you. I know I'm throwing a lot at you this morning, and I don't necessarily mean to. That conversation fired me up because in my mind, all I'm thinking is like, people don't do this. People don't talk to their friends about what they want in life, let alone try to scheme up ways to get there. People settle, and we got to stop settling. Or, we were told our whole lives growing up that we could do anything, right? That we could be president of the United States of America, that we could be astronauts, and we could do these amazing things. Our parents told us this. We tell our kids this. I tell my kids all the time, you can do whatever you want to do if you set your mind to it and you go after it and you give it your all. And I feel like we're being hypocrites because we're not doing that ourselves. We've been told and are telling our children this, and we're not doing it ourselves. A sad thing was kind of brought to my attention the other day. A very, very well-known motivational speaker was talking, and like a scientific fact has been brought out that this upcoming generation might actually be the first generation that does not raise the bar to the previous generation. That's scary. That means that this generation coming up will be the first generation that might not do better than the previous. With all the technological advances, with all the stuff, with all the knowledge and power and go-tos and out-theres we have, and that's the case, I feel like the reason why that's there is because we're not applying ourselves, man. We're not doing what we need to do. We're not looking and chasing what we want. We're settling. Don't settle. Don't settle for anything unless it's what you want. And then even then, once you get what you want, reevaluate. Okay, you got that job, that 40K a year, 8 to 4. All right, now let's talk about 8 to 3, 50K job that you need to start going after, or 60K, or whatever that looks like. But do what you want to do. Chase what you want to chase. Get after what you want. Because nobody else can do it for you but you. And the most dangerous part about that is you're the only one that's got control of it. Nobody can make you. Nobody else can give it to you. You can't, nobody can contrive a life for you. You have to do this on your own. So, the takeaway, right? Because I try to put the takeaway in all my videos. The takeaway is, man, go after what you want. Figure out what you want and then chase it. Go get it. Because you can. And you're the only one that can. And you got it. You got this. I'm going to see what else today brings to the table. I might record some stuff later. I've got my core training tonight, which I'm about because I hate abs, but whatever. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you get something from this video and make a plan and go get what you want and set that example. Raise that bar. Our kids need us. Our kids need us to do it so they can see that it can be done. Alright? I love you guys.